everyone, welcome back to Real Literature and Random Videos channel by नेहा सुल्ताना। वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले अगर आपने मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करिए, लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए एंड ऑफ कोर्स कमेंट करिए। चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। नीरज सिंह चौधरी ने लिखा द ऑटोबायोग्राफी ऑफ एन अननोन इंडियन। इंट्रोडक्शन में है द ऑटोबायोग्राफी ऑफ एन अननोन इंडियन इज़ अ फेमस बुक written by Neeraj C. Chowdhury, an Indian writer and thinker. He was born in India in 1897 during the time when India was under British rule. It was published in 1951. In this book, Chowdhury shares his life story and what he saw happening around him. It's like reading a diary of his life. He talks about how India was changing from the late 1800s to the mid 1900s. He also talks about what was happening in India's history and culture during his life. The autobiography of an unknown Indian is the 1951 autobiography of Indian writer Neeraj C. Chowdhury, written when he was around 50. It records his life from his birth in 1897 in Kishoreganj, a small town in present-day Bangladesh. The book relates his mental and intellectual development, his life and growth in Calcutta, his observations of vanishing landmarks and connotation of this is dual changing in Indian situation and historical forces that was making exit of British from India an imminent affair. The book is divided into 4 books, each consisting of 4 chapters and a preface. The first book is entitled Early Environment and its chapters are my place of birth, my ancestral place, the place of my mother, and England. Neeraj C. Chowdhury decided to write about things he personally saw or experienced in his life. He wrote these down as an autobiography in simple terms. It's like writing a diary of your own life. Ian Jack, a writer, says that Chowdhury is excellent at describing things and he doesn't need any extra explanations. He is like a witness who was there when these things happened, and he tells us what life was like in India during British rule. Chowdhury shows courage in 2 ways in this book. First, he is ambitious in his writing. He tries to capture a lot of details and experiences in his autobiography. And that's not an easy task. Second, he openly shares his strong beliefs and opinions about politics and history. That's not always easy because people may disagree with him, but he still does it. So his courage is in both his writing style and in expressing his ideas openly. Further, he talks about his hometown Kishoreganj in comparison to England, which is a much bigger and more significant place. He calls Kishoreganj a country town, but he is worried that this description might give people the wrong idea. He says that when he thinks of an English country town, it's based on pictures he's seen and things he's read because he's never been to England or anywhere outside his own country. And he's trying to explain that his hometown is quite different from what people might imagine when they hear the term country town. The hometown of Kishoreganj, on the other hand, was only a normal or ordinary for its type. It had a bunch of simple buildings made of tin and mats. These buildings were used for various purposes like offices, schools, stores and homes. The British rulers built them in the open areas of East Bengal. When Chowdhury describes his hometown, he is showing that life was like in urban India during that time. Sadly, it wasn't much different from rural India. These people there had to drink water from the same river where they also bathed, just like animals such as cow and elephants. This paints a picture of how poor the town was. Whenever the children in Kishoreganj got the insect bite, the only remedy they could get was a mixture of mustard oil and slack lime, which was worse than a disease in itself. They had to live in such unhygienic conditions that resulted in the disease like cholera, which was a very frequent visitor in their life. Among other problems of Indian society, the author describes one of the most severe problems that prevailed throughout Indian subcontinent, that is population explosion, which is becoming more and more dangerous day by day. It is so because population explosion also becomes the sole cause of many other challenges in Indian society, such as lack of food, hospital facilities and jobs, and consequently the people have to live in a very disappointing conditions. He is very conscious of all the problems and difficulties that a woman has to face in Indian society, as the author describes that when his aunt became a widow at an early age, a marriage proposal came from the richest landlord of the town, but he was considered rather inferior in status by author's family. The author expresses his grandfather replied to that proposal, "I would sooner cut her up and feed the fishes of the Brahmaputra with the pieces." Such an horrible thing to hear, right? Okay, conclusion. However, the book as a whole provides insights into his perspective of India's history, culture and society as well as his personal journey, making it a comprehensive exploration of his life and thoughts. So I hope if you all like this video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video and share it with your friends. And if you have any queries regarding this video, then please ask me in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Bye.